different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Hey Josie, why so glum, chum?
I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars.
You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling.
Whoa, no way!
Yeah, you should check them out.
Where can I find them?
You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal
Also sponsored in part by Hag Services, Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Common Lumber, Birding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors. Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service. And now, Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Well, thank you very much, and a very good Tuesday evening, everybody. Another night of high school volleyball coming your way, but unfortunately, probably the final night of high school volleyball coming your way for us here on River 92.7. The Pierre Governors will play their regular season finale, but their chances of making the postseason in the Sodax 16 are a little bit slim. Of course, hopefully they get a good match put together. Maybe they come up with a victory tonight, and if that's the case, maybe with a little help, maybe they are in the Sodax 16. But we will see how things shape out. Brian Oakland with play-by-play coming up tonight. The Governors welcome the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers, the newest of the Sioux Falls public schools, 5 years in the making right now. And a team that has had their struggles this season. They'll come in with about a middle of the pack, maybe even a number 11 power ranking right now, which we'll look at in just a little bit. The Cavs are currently 9-12 on this volleyball season. Governors coming in with a mark of 3-16. So once again, just an opportunity to come out and lay it all on the line, leave it all on the court, and see how things shape up as we get set to wrap up the regular season. Governor Volleyball here on your official voice of the Govs, along with the help of William Wilson running our show in our DRG Media Group studios. Brian Menning is across the way. He'll cover camera duty for live ticket. You can watch this match, as always, on our website at drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, and also on your smartphone app of DRG News. So we're glad to have you joining us. However, you are reaching us to cover and to watch Governor Volleyball. We've got plenty to talk about. A sophomore match that's quite competitive right now. Pierre has a 15-12 lead in the second set, but Sioux Falls Jefferson won the first one. So Pierre's sophomores trying to tie things up in this one. Meanwhile, the JV match did go to Sioux Falls Jefferson in straight sets. And again, Jefferson's got a pretty good group of players, but the win's just a little harder to come by. This is a team that is placed in the top 3 or 4 of the state tournament each of the last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. So good program, but not their best year, certainly not the Governor's best season. Volleyball coming up. We'll start with a 3-minute timeout, and we'll get into our Bank West pregame show. It'll be Bank West for the best. We'll start with a look around Class AA volleyball, the state of volleyball, as we like to call it in South Dakota, and take a look at the power rankings. We'll look at last week's action and then, of course, preview what's to come yet this week. This is the final week, of course, of the regular season. Governors are finishing their regular season tonight. Jefferson still has one more match to go Thursday at home against Aberdeen Central after tonight. So there is more volleyball after tonight, even though Pierre will finish things off. Coaches' conversations, keys to success, starting lineups, all that and more coming up in our Bank West pregame show that begins in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
There when you need them the most. Bank West insurance agents Sam Kennecke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Riggs High Gym, and boy, for William Wilson back in studio, I'm surprised and sorry that he can't play more Halloween music, but Halloween's in the past, and we've set our clocks back an hour, so we welcome you to Riggs High Gym. Brian Oakland with play-by-play coming up. For those who are on the road for high school sports, for holiday travel upcoming, for any reason, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team. They remind us all to slow the drive, arrive alive. You've got some place to be. And remember to buckle up, too, every trip, every time. South Dakota's Office of Highway Safety. We begin our Bank West pregame with the state of volleyball as it is right now. And here's how things shaped up from last week. The Governors only played one match. That was a home match against the Brookings Bobcats, a team that they probably felt they should have competed a little bit better against, but one match was competitive. The other two, the first and the third, were all Brookings, though. Brookings won at 25-10, 25-23, and 25-12. Meanwhile, Sioux Falls Jefferson also played just one match last week as they lost at home in 4 sets to Sioux Falls, Washington. Washington won at 25-13, 25-22. Jefferson got the third set 25-20, but Washington came back and claimed the fourth in 25-17. Other matches had Watertown winning at Aberdeen in 4 sets. Mitchell blanked Huron at home in 3 straight, and Yankton a 3-1 winner over T Area. Harrisburg in the battle of number 1 versus number 2 defeated O'Gorman 3-1, and also Sioux Falls Lincoln sweeps Sioux Falls Roosevelt, and then Spearfish to Rapid City Central with a 3-game sweep, and Rapid City Stevens swept Sturgis last week 3-0. 1 match on Thursday. Those were all Tuesday matches last week, by the way. There was only 1 match on Thursday, and Sioux Falls, Washington swept Mitchell in Mitchell 25-21, 25-23, and 25-12. No other volleyball was played over the weekend, so we started yesterday with 2 games last night. Watertown defeated Yankton in 4, and Rapid City Central went 5 with Sturgis. Got the Scoopers in a 15-7 win to finish that off. That was a battle between the 15 and 16 power-rated teams, and Central stayed a leg up on Sturgis at 15 with that victory. So coming into tonight's action, here's the power rankings as they currently are. Harrisburg, of course, number 1 at 29-2. Brandon Valley is back up ahead of O'Gorman at the 2 seed right now, 22-3. O'Gorman is the 3 at 21-4. Watertown with a few wins put together now at 20-8 on the season. They're all the way up to number 4. They've leapfrogged over Rapid City Stevens, who is 25-9 in the 5 spot. Sioux Falls Lincoln right now a solid 6 at 16-5. Mitchell has slipped a bit with a couple of losses last week. They are now down to the 7 seed at 15-6, followed by Sioux Falls Washington, who is 14-7. Washington with a good week last week. And then it's Aberdeen Central down to the 9 spot, 14-10. Spearfish in the 10. It is Jefferson with a 9-12 mark here at number 11 right now. And then Huron, Brookings, Yankton, Rapid City Central, and Sturgis set to finish in the top 16, at least as of right now. The bottom 4 on the outside looking in are T Area. Of course, the Governors at 3-16 in the 18 power ranking. Sioux Falls, Roosevelt, and Douglas are 19-20. Now, for the Governors and in that 18 spot, I imagine there's, as we mentioned, there's a possibility they could get up into the power rankings as 16 and above, but obviously it would take a victory tonight, an upset win over Sioux Falls Jefferson. Then they're going to need some help, and there's a problem with that, I think, in just adding the power points that Pierre would get with a would-be victory tonight. That would still leave them a little bit short of the average that Sturgis has per game. And Sturgis they haven't won a lot of matches this year, but they do have a winnable match as they are playing at home against Douglas tonight. So Douglas, the number 20 power-rated team. So it will be tough. If Sturgis wins that, even if the Governors do come up with a victory, it's going to be tough to pass Sturgis or even Rapid City Central. Now, Central, as we'll look at the schedule, does have some tough competition coming up yet this weekend. So here's where it starts tonight with the Cavaliers playing here at Riggs High Gym to take on the Govs. Elsewhere, it is Sioux Falls Roosevelt up at Aberdeen Central. Brookings plays at Yankton tonight. Harrisburg will host Watertown. That should be a pretty good match, 1 versus 4 in the power rankings. And Brandon Valley hosting Mitchell tonight, another good potential matchup there. Huron goes to O'Gorman to take on the Knights. Out west, it's Rapid City Stevens hosting Spearfish, and as mentioned, Sturgis has Douglas at Sturgis Brown High. Thursday, it'll be Harrisburg at Brookings, and then Brandon Valley at Huron. Aberdeen Central, as mentioned, will be at Jefferson. That'll be the wrap-up to the Cavaliers season on Thursday night. Mitchell will host O'Gorman. Roosevelt goes to T Area, and Spearfish will be at Douglas. And then on Friday and Saturday, the Rapid City schools go to Sioux Falls. Central and Stevens are at Sioux Falls Lincoln, and Washington. It'll be Central at Lincoln on Friday, Stevens at Washington, and then on Saturday, Stevens goes to Lincoln, Rapid City Central to Sioux Falls, Washington. So you can assume probably 2 losses for Rapid City Central there, but I think they still have a power point average that even if Pierre wins tonight and Central loses a pair this weekend, I don't see the likelihood of Pierre being able to pass Rapid City Central either. So best case scenario, Pierre wins here over Sioux Falls Jefferson this evening, and Sturgis happens to stumble against Douglas tonight, and that might be enough to put Pierre into the Sodax 16 at number 16. And of course, that's almost punishment in itself, in that they'd have to go to number 1 Harrisburg in the Sodax 16. But you'd love to have that one more match. Of course, this is the home finale for the Governors. By the way, the sophomore team finished off a 25-18 victory in set number 2. So there is more volleyball still to come on the undercard, with a race to 15 and the best 2 out of 3 in this sophomore match still to come. So that gives us plenty of time to talk about more of what's going on in the state of volleyball coming up. Let's take another 3-minute break. Maybe we'll preview the Sodax 16 and then talk a little bit about that state tournament that is a couple of weekends away as well. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
We're talking one of the newest employees at Beck Motor Company, Sean Castoni. And Sean, let's start, where are you from?
I was born and raised here in Pierre. I've been here my entire life, and probably a bunch of people know me by now.
What's your job at Beck's?
I'm a salesperson up at Beck's. It's pretty cool, selling cars and everything. I've been in sales for a long time, so it's just kind of the next step.
What's been your favorite part of the job?
I get to test drive the cars. I got to sit inside a Corvette. I got to sit in a 2500 the other day. They're so cool.
What do you do for fun?
Try the new cars out and stuff like that. But we also been doing TikToks, which has been a lot of fun. Peggy's been doing TikToks with us. We did a photo shoot with one of our other salespersons. At home, I'm a nerd. Anything nerdy, I probably had my hands in.
How can someone get a hold of you for their next vehicle?
605-220-1875.
Beck Motor Company, Pierre.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season, and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Back at Ringside Gym as the third set of the sophomore match continues. It is still early, but Jefferson out to an early 3-0 lead. We'll continue with more about the state of volleyball as it is in Class AA in South Dakota. By the way, tonight is also a big night in South Dakota in the lower classes, Class A and Class B. The postseason has begun. Region tournaments are getting underway. We do have volleyball on other stations of DRG Media Group. In fact, Stanley County and Mobridge Pollock are playing in Mobridge tonight, and you can hear that one on KGFX, 1060 AM, 103.1 FM, as Stanley County tries to make some noise in the Region 6A. Tough draw, though, tonight with the Mobridge Pollock Tigers. And there's volleyball as well on 94.5 KPLO later on when Chamberlain and Crow Creek do battle. The winner of that one has the Miller Rustlers awaiting as the top seed. We've given you the schedules and the power rankings, but here's a little bit of a preview as to what the Sodak 16 would look like if it were being played tonight. And again, there's still several matches tonight, also Thursday, plus 2 matches Friday and Saturday before the regular season will be officially done. But right now, you'd have number 16, number 16 Sturgis going to number 1 Harrisburg. And in the same part of the bracket, number 9 Aberdeen Central would take on Sioux Falls, Washington. Then you'd have number 4 Watertown hosting number 13 Brookings. Number 5 Rapid City Stevens would host number 12 Huron. And then in the other half of the bracket, number 2 Brandon Valley would host Rapid City Central, or across the state trip. Number forget where I'm at, 2 and 15. Number 7 Mitchell would host number 10 Spearfish. That'd be a pretty good battle in the Sodak 16. And then also number 6 Sioux Falls Lincoln would host number 11 Sioux Falls Jefferson. You'd have number 3 O'Gorman against number 4 Yankton in Sioux Falls as well. And again, it's Pierre, Spearfish, and not Spearfish, but Sioux Falls, Roosevelt, and Douglas on the outside looking in. If the postseason were to be played tonight. Talked with head coach Beth Donnelly a little bit ago from Sioux Falls Jefferson about where she feels they might end up. She thinks they're going to stay at the number 11 spot, and that's making some assumptions as well. But instead, right now, Jefferson is lined up to go to Sioux Falls Lincoln, who is the 6th seed. But with Lincoln playing the Rapid City schools, I think Coach Donnelly believes Lincoln, especially at home, wins both of those matches over Rapid City Central and Stevens. And with Stevens at 5, Lincoln at 6, the likelihood would be that Lincoln could cross and move up and take Stevens' place at number 5, maybe dropping Stevens down to 6. So it could very well be that Sioux Falls Jefferson ends up at number 6. Perhaps Rapid City Stevens. So she thinks that they may be taking a trip across the state to battle the Raiders next Thursday. That's when the Sodak 16 will be. And then the following Thursday, Friday, Saturday, November 20, 21, and 22, the city of Rapid City will host the 3 state volleyball tournaments. And looking forward to that. The meet schedule has 11 o'clock start times, Mountain Time, for the first matches of each day, and then 12:45 for the second match of each session, and then or of the first session, we should say, and then 5 o'clock and 6:45 Mountain Time starts. 6 o'clock, 7:45 Central Time for the state volleyball tournaments. And of course, our friends at South Dakota Public Broadcasting will have coverage of all of the state volleyball tournaments coming up in a couple of weeks. But as we mentioned, there is business to take care of. We've got to wrap up the regular season here for the Governors and for the rest of the state throughout the week ahead as well. It's Pierre at Sioux Falls Jefferson as we'll take another 3-minute timeout and we'll talk about it with both head coaches. We mentioned Coach Donnelly of the Jefferson Cavaliers. She'll come up a little bit later on. We'll begin Keys to Success with Carrie Wheelhouse of the Pierre Governors as our Central Dakota Eye Care Keys to Success. Are back in 3 minutes. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
We're passionate about getting yearly mammograms because 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. You can get a yearly mammogram to detect it early. Would it help if I requested nicely? Please, could you be so kind as to get a mammo? Or singing it. Get your mammogram starting at 40. Or with a British accent. Schedule your mammo with an Avera Breast Center at avera.org/breast or call 888-422-1410.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Oh, you gonna take me home tonight?
All right, here we go. Keys to success with Kerry Wheelhouse, Governor Volleyball, for the final time at home, at least here in the 2025 season. Coach, last week against Brookings, a 3-set loss, and I know that's a team that you kind of come out and hope you can compete against. You felt you should. I imagine a lot of folks felt you should have, and one game was good, but Brookings was just able to put the ball down in spots, and they were able to make a lot of their own breaks. And I think over the course of this season, it's just been the case where you haven't been able to make enough of your own breaks over the way.
Yeah, it definitely was heartbreaking last week. That's one of those teams that we thought we could at least compete a little bit better with, go at least, more than 3 sets or be a 3-set sweep our direction. Didn't see it going that way. And so definitely spent time last week just refocusing and having conversations about, where are we at mentally? What do we need to be working on? What are the things that didn't work for us that we really have to fix before this game?
So, and as you close out the regular season, I think the Sodak 16 is a situation where you have to win this game, obviously, and even hope for some help to get into that one. But all you can do is take care of what you can, and hopefully that comes up with a good performance tonight.
Yeah, that starts with us tonight. It's a must-win situation for us, and we know that, and that's where it has to start. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot by not winning this game, and give ourselves some hope, because you never know what's going to happen with those other teams.
And of course, it's a tough opponent. It's Sioux Falls Jefferson. Even though they haven't had a typical Jefferson type season, they're back in the middle of the pack, and that kind of makes them vulnerable, I suppose, in spots, and maybe this is a team that you can find some weaknesses on that side.
Yeah, I feel like they're a team that we can play with, definitely. If we play up to our potential, like we played against Brandon Valley, against Harrisburg, against Lennox, if we have one of those kind of games, or we can play like we know we can play and maybe come out with a little more of that fire, and then keep that fire rolling, I think that it's definitely something that we can play with and take a set, or at least 3.
And it's the thing, you still want to get your best match of the season. Obviously, this is the time to do it, and to do that, it does start, I think, with the focus and the fire that you say, and it'd be nice to see that right off the bat. And hey, if you don't win that first set, at least get up in that 20 spot. You've got some things to work with going into that second set.
Yeah, they give us 5 sets for a reason, so we always try and tell the girls that the first set is important, but it doesn't mean that it's a win or loss in the first set. And we talked a lot this week during practice about we either start off really slow and don't pick it up until point 15, or we start out really strong and drop it off at point 10. So we need to meet in the middle. We need to continue to keep that intensity all the way through and really get our focus right, and not just focus for a little bit, but focus for the entire game. And so it's one of the things we talked about a lot this week and worked on in practice.
What have you seen out of Jefferson and what they're doing well at this time of the year?
Yeah, Jefferson, it's one of those things with them. They have a very dynamic team where if something doesn't go right for them in the first set, she'll switch up an entire rotation and put in somebody completely different. They'll switch out liberos, they'll switch out setters. They'll change their entire rotation of who's starting and what position. So we just got to be ready for that. They're kind of pin heavy on their outsides. They really like their outside and have a pretty good outside power hitter, but they'll still run some slides, run some stuff in the middle. So we've just got to be ready for that.
And I can see by JV results that they're pretty hard hitting, even at the JV level. So your block has got to be key.
Yeah, and the exciting part is when we talk about it, seeing those hard hitters is, block, you get the opportunity to get some stuff blocks and get some touches. So as long as we can get up in front of them and get some touches on it, and even maybe get a couple stuff blocks, that's going to really make a difference.
All right, Coach, looking forward to it. Good luck.
Thanks.
Gary Wheelhouse, the Governor head coach. Coach's Conversations, Keys to Success in our broadcast are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We'll hear from them, and we do have time, so why don't we take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back and chat with Beth Donnelly, the head coach of the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. As Keys to Success continue in 2 minutes, this is Governor Volleyball.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
Fall sports are here, and Beck Motor Company is proud to cheer on our local athletes. Just like teamwork on the field or court, you can count on teamwork at our dealership. Whether you're driving a new Chevy Equinox, a tough Chevy Silverado, or keeping your current ride in top shape with our service department, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. Good luck to all our hometown teams this season. From your friends at Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. www.beckmotors.com, 605-224-5912.
We're passionate about getting yearly mammograms because 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. You can get a yearly mammogram to detect it early. Would it help if I requested nicely? Please, could you be so kind as to get a mammo? Or singing it. Get your mammogram starting at 40. Or with a British accent. Schedule your mammo with an Avera Breast Center at avera.org/breast or call 888-422-1410.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
What's with these homies kissing my girl?
Keys to success continue with the visiting head coach. It is Beth Donnelly, our old friend from Sioux Falls Jefferson High School. Coach, I know Jefferson, it's kind of a season of ups and downs this year, a bit of a transition for you, but over the course of the season, you're still playing pretty well, but you just have to endure some bumps in the road along the way. I know Washington got you last week, but still, you're in the thick of things, obviously, with Sodak 16 and trying to start playing your best volleyball going into the postseason.
Yeah, that's been our goal all season, is just making sure come November we're at the peak of our game. And I do believe we've got solid kids out there. We've got them in the right positions. We've got them doing the right things. Serve and pass game is still every single match that we start. If we can start with the serve and pass game, because we can pass and we can serve very tough. But we're just a bit of a roller coaster with the highs and the lows. So if we can get a good, strong start, then yeah, I think we really can hang with a ton of these teams. We just got to get over that hump and actually, win some of the tough ones.
And I build my roster sheets for play-by-play, and you've got more people on your starting roster than anybody I've seen all year, about 19, 20 kids. But that kind of makes me wonder if it took a while to find the chemistry that you really need now that you're in the tail end of the season.
Yeah, Jefferson, we're only 5 years young, and every year it seems to be a Pandora's box of transfers, and we got a ton of transfers in this year too, and I felt obligated to give everybody a go and give everybody a shot. They come to Jefferson for an opportunity, and I think that's fair enough to give them that. So we found that there's plenty of people that can do the job, and it's just finding the right 6 or 8 that can put it together on the court at the same time.
All right, a couple matches to go. Aberdeen Thursday, Pierre tonight, and obviously a team that's had their struggles, but what's the mindset coming in as far as what you hope to get out of this one?
Good, strong start. Honestly, that's been kind of our Achilles heel since day one. We tend to play into matches as opposed to just hit the ground running. And there's been a couple different sets. We've been down multiple digits to 0 or 1, and we claw back, we fight back, and we're setting ourselves up just to have an uphill battle. So we got to get out, we got to pass well, we got to serve tough. Offensively, we got to make sure that we're getting our feet to the ball and live walkle, and we got to make sure that our middles are transitioning and up and available to swing. We are extremely outside hitter dominant, and we have middles and right sides that we can set. We just don't always take advantage of that.
I guess if you're down, you realize that you're never out, and when you head to the postseason, that's a good place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't really make a difference who we play or where we go. We know we're on the road, and that's fine. We tend to do pretty well on bus trips. We can get off the bus and play the same as if we're playing at home. And I really like the idea of these girls and the chemistry that we have. We've got a lot of really solid gals. Just good-hearted kids. They fight hard. They play hard. They got a ton of grit. And anything can happen in the postseason. So we're looking to kind of catapult ourselves here, hopefully tonight, and push us into Thursday night and our senior night and celebrate our 8 seniors this year and hit the ground running in postseason.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck as always, and in the postseason. Okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
And that is Beth Donnelly, the head coach of the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. As she mentioned, this is the 5th year of the Jefferson High School Jefferson program. She has been there from the start and has taken this team deep into the state tournament and has played in evening sessions. But this year, a little bit different, back in the 11 spot going into that Sodak 16. Thanks to the coach for her time and her keys to success, which are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Haven't mentioned one thing which is very important to talk about tonight. The Pierre Governors have a salute to veterans event going on right now, and all veterans are getting in for free admission tonight. Veterans and active duty members of the military whom here in this month of November, which Veterans Day is 1 week from today, November 11th, and that'll be all of us, all of our responsibility to thank a veteran and certainly appreciate everything they do for all of us, and mostly Veterans Day for the active members of the military. So once again, salute to veterans here tonight at Rigside Gym. Veterans, thank you so much for all you do for all of us who, well, as I always say, aren't man enough to do what you do, or woman enough to, for that matter. So again, thank you to veterans as we salute you here at Riggs High Gym tonight. Our BankWest pregame show will continue. Starting lineups will be coming up. They're brought to you by Envirotech, and we'll have those for you in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Tokyo Japanese Cuisine, conveniently located in the Northridge Plaza, prepares authentic Japanese fare, including hibachi and delicious sushi. They're a great choice for eat-in or takeout in the Pierre area. Tokyo Japanese Cuisine, they're known for their variety in taste and high-quality fresh ingredients. So experience the friendly atmosphere and excellent service. Open at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday, noon on Sundays, and for carry-out orders, call 605-494-3388.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we're in the business of improving lives. That means ditching the fees big banks charge, offering cash back to do more of what you love, and boosting convenience with extended service hours Monday through Saturday. Bank how you like, when you like, with local financial advice when you need it. Let's get started. Learn more at bhfcu.com. Stop by any BHFCU location or call us at 1-800-482-2428.
Getting raring to go here, final night of the regular season for the Pierre Governors. It's time to give you starting lineups in our broadcasts, which are brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's meet the visiting Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers as they'll start with their setter, Olivia Wackel. She's a 5'8" sophomore, and she'll set up for hitters who include Aaliyah Johnson, a 5'9" senior in the middle. Addison Warnke is a 5'11" hitter up front. She's a senior, hits both from the middle and especially from the right side as well. Abby Horner is a 5'9" senior, plays both back row and front row well. Brianna Kinval is a 5'5" freshman playing in the back row. Defensive specialist, and I think the one to watch as far as power hitting will go will be Sienna Sabers, a 5'9" senior, hitting from the outside. So it's Olivia Wackel along with Aaliyah Johnson, Addie Warnke, Abby Horner, Sienna Sabers, and then in the back row, Brianna Kinval to start. The libero for Sioux Falls Jefferson is 5'1" senior Riley Fudness, and that's the starting lineup for Sioux Falls Jefferson. They have a couple of others they'll bring in to play through the front row as well. Natalie Welty, a 5'9 senior outside hitter, and Maggie McGuire, a 5'10 junior, also from the outside. The Jefferson Cavaliers are 9-12 on the season, currently power rated number 11th. Their head coach is Beth Donnelly, assisted by Cassie Blair, Hannah Jensen, Kelsey Heinert, and Emily Harms. The starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's hear from them and the Governor starters coming back. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
The Envirotech starting lineup's going a little bit different tonight for the Pierre Governors. They still have Sloan Waldron in at the starting center spot, 5'7", and a senior. Alexis Schleckaway, a defensive specialist, 5'7" senior. She'll play all around as well. Lola Kenols will start in rotation in the back row tonight, a 5'6" senior. And up front, it'll be Marina Bushbaum, the 5'9" junior, hitting from the outside. Hannah Eads, the sophomore, will start in the middle tonight for the Pierre Governors, and Alyssa Lowe, the 6-foot junior, starts in the middle as well, with Hadley Hart at libero, 5'6", and a senior. So Hart in the back row, along with Waldron, Schleckaway, Kenols, Lowe, Eads, and Bushbaum in the starting rotation. The Governors will still rotate in. Molly Olson is a setter, 5'6" junior. Allie Keys, a power hitter up front, 5'8", and a junior. Addie Novotny in the middle. Sierra Prunty for some back row serving play as well. For the Pierre Governors, 3-16, 18th in the power rankings. Head coach Carrie Wheelhouse, assisted by Rachel Arbach and Peyton Gall. Those are our starting lineups, brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. And another starting lineup to give to you is tonight's game officials, and they're the law on the court. We'll have them for you in 2 minutes as our game officials will be next. Our Bank West pregame show continues. This is Governor Volleyball.
For reliable, safe, efficient, and economical electrical work, call Ferding Electric. Ferding Electric staffs licensed, knowledgeable electricians to help you with all your electrical projects. New construction, rewires, or upgrades, residential or commercial, Ferding Electric knows how to get the job done right. Call Ferding Electric at 224-8684. Stop in at 2903 East Elizabeth, just off the truck bypass. See Ferding.com or find them on Facebook. Ferding Electric, licensed electricians, quality service, and dependable products since 1956.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders. Quality building materials and affordable prices for residential or commercial projects can be found at Bauman Lumber, 1223 Sale Barn Road, Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
As a cooperative, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union is owned by our members. Once a member, always a member, even if you move out of the area. We provide deposit services and loans of all kinds, including home loans, egg loans, and vehicle loans with competitive rates. Stop by and visit us at North Garfield at the Northridge Plaza in Pierre, or use our convenient drive-through lane. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Back at Riggs High Gym, we just heard from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, their Consumer Protection Division. It is the AG's office, the supreme law of the state, who give us our law on the court, and that is our game officials. And we always thank our game officials for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school sports. In this case, high school volleyball. Tonight's law on the court are Kim Weed and Kellyanne Devine, and they'll be assisted in the lines and then in the corners by the line judges Mallory Smith and Joseph Konopczynski, tonight's game officials. The line judges Mallory Smith and Joseph Konopczynski. The game officials at the net will be Kim Weed and Kellyanne Devine. Ironically, two officials who have come from the Sioux Falls area to officiate this one here as Pierre hosts the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. These fine ladies have been here a number of times throughout the season, and they do that each and every year. So again, we appreciate our game officials, Kim and Kellyanne and Mallory and Joseph. Thanks everybody for being our law on the court. Sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Consumer Protection Division. So volleyball tonight here on River 92.7 to wrap up the regular season for the Pierre Governors. Don't forget it's postseason football coming up on Friday night. The Governors are in the semifinals of the Class 11 AA tournament, and they're the 3 seed, but they have to go on the road to number 2 Huron, and the Huron Tigers, who are 7-2 in the regular season, 8-2 now, will host the 7-3 Governors, and we'll have that coverage for you on Friday night. It'll be a 6:25 pregame. We'll be back at a regular time, 7 o'clock kickoff from Tiger Stadium in Huron. The winner of that game will go to the Dakota Dome the following Friday, and they will take on the winner of the Yankton-Sturgis game, as number 1 Yankton will host number 4 Sturgis. And that is what's to come here in the semifinals of Class 11 AA this weekend. So don't forget Friday, a big one. Governors won at Yankton last year in the semis as a number 4 seed. They're the 3 seed this year. And we'll try to avenge a week 2 loss with the Huron Tigers when the Tigers won 13-7 on a late pick 6 to win that game. Governor fans don't like it when Huron rings that bell after a victory. They'll try to prevent that when we head over there on Friday. Once again, 6:25 pregame, 7 o'clock with the kickoff. Semifinal postseason football here on your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7. Let's take a 3-minute break. We'll come back and we'll serve this one up, or still have more to talk about, but our starting lineups are still on the court a few minutes away here at Riggs High Gym. But you are listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
The Ram contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful
Welcome back to
synthetic.
the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Camera duty tonight, as you can watch this match coming up on River 92.7, the River 92.7 page of drgnews.com and of the DRG News smartphone app. We're serving it up in 30 seconds. Our opening serve is brought to you by Comtech Communication and Electronic Sales and Services on the Lower Truck Bypass in Pierre. Let's hear from them. We've got volleyball coming right back. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Comtech with the opening serve still to come as the Governors are being announced on the floor right now. Governors taking on Sioux Falls Jefferson, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI Pierre. When you're distracted, who's driving?
So to set the scene, the Governors in home white tonight for the final time this season. Libero Hadley Hart with a green jersey on. Jefferson wears green as well, although more of a hunter green with a gold numbering scheme, gold letters, white numbers, and the Libero Riley Fotness will wear a gold jersey tonight. The first thing you might notice with Jefferson, though, if you're watching this one, is the color of the shoes. They're all the same. They're all wearing pink shoes on the volleyball court. Of course, the month of October, which has ended, is still very much in the hearts of volleyball fans when we think about breast cancer awareness and the like. But Jefferson with what will not be a distracting color scheme in the shoes, even though pink clashes with hunter green. That's Jefferson. They'll be hitting from right to left. As you watch this one, the Governors will hit from left to right. Jefferson makes their libero swap. The Governors are ready to do the same as soon as the R2, Kellyanne Devine, verifies the rotation. Hadley Hart will step in for Alyssa Lowe. Governors will serve first here from left to right. Sloan Waldron to do the honors. And once again, the opening serve brought to you by Comtech on the lower truck bypass in Pierre. And we invite you to also tune in throughout our broadcast for our highlight plays. When anybody is right on the money with a highlight play, it's a right on the money highlight play, sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Rounds Financial Services, Osaic Wealth member, SIPC. First serve didn't go so well for Sloan Waldron. She tried to angle it from right to left, but that one stays low and it's into the net. And rally scoring gives the Jefferson Cavaliers the first point of the night. Cavs will counter with A.J. Venenkamp, who starts in at server, the 5'6" junior, which was a substitution, but her first one will go long. So Waldron was short for the Govs. Venenkamp a little long for the Cavaliers, and we've got a 1-1 start. Hadley Hart will give it a try. This one is played up by Fodness. Run down and a nice bump pass outside. Big hit left side. And I mentioned the one to watch for Jefferson probably will be Sienna Sabers, and she gets one off the Governor block. That one heads to the back row, but Pierre unable to maintain. And the side out point goes back to Jefferson. This is their setter, Olivia Wackel, serving. This one's across, played up by Schleckaway to Waldron. Swing left side for Alyssa Lowe. That's blocked back by the Cavs. Lowe with feet on the floor. Will let it come down a little too far. And relaxation. Usually not a good thing. That one is low and in the net. That's a service point for the Cavs, who lead 3-1. And just like most peer opponents, the Governors will not have to help this team out. They're a quality team, and they can make a lot of their own breaks. Schleckaway able to get one across. Sabers will take a swing. Hart stares it down, digs it back up. Waldron will get it back to Schleckaway. She'll send it to the back row. And there's Brianna Kinval to dig it up. Right here, another one for Sabers to the back right corner, or your back left corner. Sienna Sabers with her second kill. That one just at the feet of Mallory Smith. The line judge in play. 3 in a row for Jefferson, who leads 4-1 as Hart will get the next serve played up. Good pass and a good set out. Lowe is blocked again. Keenholz gets the block and will send it back up front. Bumped away by Schleckaway. And now not quite in system. Good block there by Lowe. Even though it was a good swing, Sabers will fire again and get it home. As she's a hard-hitting 5'9" senior, Sienna Sabers already proving to be tough to stop. She's got 3 kills in the first 5 points for the visiting Cavs tonight. 5 serving 1. Here's a lob serve coming up. Keenholz will get to it. Waldron will send it back the other way. Lowe can't get that one to fall. Little tap on the right side, and Maggie McGuire, the 5'10" junior, playing up there, but the pass leading her a little too close to the net. McGuire unable to get it across. Hitting error for Jefferson. The Governors will get a side out. They're within 3 again. 2 serving 5. Schleckaway to serve. Left to right, send it away. Kinval will play it up. It's to Wackel right in the middle of the court. Another dig for Hadley Hart to deny Sabers. Now it's Lowe with a tap in the middle, and that one mishandled by Wackel. It's over to the Jefferson bench. Good play there for Alyssa Lowe. First kill of the night for the Governors. And it's 3 serving 5. Schleckaway away. Libero plays that one. Here's a power tap out by McGuire. And as Bushbaum gets the pass from Waldron, she wanted to hook a swing across, but she'll miss it just wide in front of the Jefferson bench. And that's out of bounds. Good effort by Marina Bushbaum, but a hitting error, the second of the night for the Governors. 6-3 Jefferson. Next server will be Sabers. She'll hit a hard one across. Hart to Bushbaum, who gets it back in play with a set. Sent away by it was Schleckaway in the back row. Now Bushbaum doing the dirty work up front, but the block is back out of bounds. A nice block, but it'll be a kill for Natalie Welty, a 5'9" senior, in off the bench as Sabers serves again. Straight up the middle to Hart. Outside, this is Allie Keys. Not much on it, but it is off the block and down to the campfire. Allie Keys, 5'8" junior, with her first kill. And They had 6-3. I don't know if they replayed a point, but I think the Governors might have an extra point here. There's a swing out on the left side, and Aaliyah Johnson scores, the 5'9" senior, her first kill. Okay, they've changed the board, so it was 6-3. Governors made it 6-4 with a side out. Now the board says 8-4, though. And I can't help but wonder if Jefferson has an extra point. But we'll go with 8-4 until we find out differently. Chance from the 10-foot line. The swing is good. And that'll go for Welty, her second early on. Jefferson's going to get a lot of kills tonight. This is a team, even though they're 9-12, even though they have some issues from time to time, ups and downs, they are very good at creating chaos into a good swing. Here's Lowe, who is blocked again, and Welty is there defensively. So another one good for the Cavaliers. Brian Menning on camera keeps track of the scoring as I do, but he had 9-4 before that last one, so I think we're all right. 10-4, Jefferson. Here's Keys in the middle. Bang! Allie Keys able to swing a full one this time, and she gets that one to go. But Jefferson has now run off 4 in a row, not once but twice here in the early going to take a 10-4 lead. Side out gives the Governors their 5th point. And it'll be 5 serving 10. And it's Sierra Prunty in to serve off the bench for the Governors. No system for Jefferson. They bump it back from a long ways away. Molly Olson into the setter. Swing denied, and down the line goes McGuire as Prunty unable to handle it. And it is Maggie McGuire's first kill. So 4 different scorers in the kill column. The Governors settle for a one and done. 11-5. The Jeffies by 6 as McGuire will send it across. Governors will duck under it. That one will head out long. And the home run ball gives side out back to Pierre. Back within 5, 11-6. It'll be Keys to serve this time. Alley across. Played up by Fodness. Little tap over, and it's kept alive by Hannah Eads. Swung away by Schleckaway. Upcoming left side here, it's Welty. Yeah, and a set dig for Keys with a tough one there. Now the set, and bailed out for a moment by Fodness on a dive, but she slides across the center line. That's great hustle by Fodness, but Jefferson with a set that was mistimed. As far as the hitter was concerned, the Governors get a service point. They're within 4. It's 7-11. Welty takes the second touch. A little disarray for the Cavaliers. They free ball it across. Keys will try from the back row. And that's dug out of the Jefferson back line. Here's a block up front, and that is Sloan Waldron. That is Hannah Eads in there, too. Governors teaming up with a defensive point here. Eads, the 5'11 sophomore. It'll be one of the bright spots, hopefully, in the future for the Governors. There's a power tap and a quick point for Jefferson coming back. That's Addison Warnke, the 5'11 senior. Able to score one away from the Governor back line in the back right corner. Govs pulled back within 3, now 4-point game, 12-8. Jefferson will serve as they'll sub out Welty, and they'll bring back in Brianna Kinval to serve it away. Two-hand push. Out of there goes Eads. Hot shot. Sabers is back up front. And she'll head down the line out of the reach of Caneholes this time. Sienna Sabers with kill number 4. Kinval, the 5'5 freshman. Good serve away here, and Caneholes' first play stays in the back row over the top of Hadley Hart, who cannot get back to it. That's our first ace of the night for either team. Kinval scores it in a 6-point Jefferson lead. Caneholes again this time. Easier play. Waldron will hack it away, but right back to Kinval in the middle back. Sabres got another one going, and that one dug up by Hadley Hart, but it ricochets right to the face of Lola Caneholes. No play for the Governors. It's all smiles in a good time, but Sienna Sabers, impressive as her 5 kills lead the Cavaliers to a 15-8 advantage here in game number 1. Governors call timeout. Timeouts in our broadcast are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Grab a Coke or your favorite Coke product. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Smart grocery shop. Up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Governors with a streak, but Jefferson comes right back as they're streaking again. They've had a couple of good runs so far. We welcome you back to Ringside Gym. 15-8, Sioux Falls Jefferson out in front. Key to success for them was a good, strong start, according to Coach Beth Donnelly. They've got that so far as Brianna Kinball continues in serve out of that Coca-Cola timeout. Governors with a little bit of a decoy, but a good swing by Waldron, still dug up by the Cavaliers. They'll free ball it back to the Govs, and the set by Molly Olson was in between 2 or 3 different players. So the Governors miscommunicate here. And an error, their third of the set, gives another one to the Cavs. 16-8, they'll continue in serve. Waldron plays it up close to the net, put back in play by Olson. A good job there. And then hit away by Waldron. Sabres takes a swing, but Hadley Hart able to dig her out. Here's Schleckaway with a swing, but Jefferson defends, and then the two-hander over from the setter, Olivia Wackel. Jefferson now with 6 players with at least 1 kill so far, and that's the 6th point in a row that the Cavaliers have scored. They lead by 9 at 17-8. Waldron will bump one ahead, but at the 10-foot line, it's bumped back by Schleckaway. Here's a power tap. Hart will cover it up momentarily. 2-3. Good hustle there from Olson, and Keenel's in the back row. Now a return free ball. So it's a chance for the Governors. Keenholz to Olson. Outside Schleckaway. Can't get one to go. Sabres with a big swing. And look out on the near side bleachers section. The dig attempt by Keenholz sends it quickly to the bleachers. Another kill for Siena Sabres. That's a point where the Governors were in system a few times, but they just can't put them away. The hit's not strong enough or fast enough. Jefferson playing well defensively in that back line. Eads taps one away. Here comes a slide, but that one will miss from Warnke. And the Governors will get side out after the Cavaliers ran off 7 straight to go up by 10 at 18-8. Now 9 serving 18. Subs in and out. Kinval comes out for the Jefferson bunch. Molly Bauer, a backup setter, 5'6" senior, checks in. As Molly Olson checks out for Pierce. Sloan Waldron will serve. Left to right, sending away. And an ace between Bauer, who just checked in, and Abby Horner in the back line. First ace tonight for the Governors. Good spot for that one for Waldron. You might say right on the money. A highlight serve. Right on the money from Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Next one is returned back, then played by Eads. 1-2-3, pushed away. Actually, Eads gets it away. There's a swing off the block. Keenel's able to play that one up. Waldron has to run it down, and then called for by Bushbaum, and she'll mistime the bump and miss-hit it. That'll be an error for the Govs. Bushbaum right away, realizing the error this time. 19-10. It's back to Jefferson. A.J. Venekamp, who served early in this one, steps in. And the junior pushes one away. Keenel's up to Waldron at the net, but pushed back by Schleckaway. Now power tap, and the follow-through here for the Cavs from Wackel will bring the net down a little bit. So a net violation here for the Cavaliers, and they'll go one and done. It's back to Pierre now. 19-11, Jefferson leading. Alyssa Lowe back in up front. Hannah Eads will check out as Hadley Hart is into play. Libero and to serve. This one played up. Sabres gets another one in system, and the dig is up to the speakers of the rafters. And Pierre can't play it out of there. That'll be another kill for Sienna Sabres, her 7th of this opening set. Timeout Governors with 5 to go for Jefferson here in game number 1. They lead the Pierre squad 20-11. Our score. Another Coca-Cola timeout. 30-second Coke break, and we're back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Taking care of your Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a recarpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierre, South Dakota.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
11, Jefferson, who has not trailed in this game. We did have one tie back at 1-1. Jefferson scored 4 in a row to pull up ahead 5-1. They had another 4 in a row to make 6-4 to 10-4. And a bigger run of 7 to go from 11-8 as the Governors tried to keep pace. But Jefferson built it to a 10-point lead. We've gone back and forth between 9 and 10 now. And Jefferson, as we come out of the timeout, was waiting to sub in. Beth Donnelly almost had to run on the floor herself. She finally gets the attention of Kelly Devine as they'll bring out Abby Horner and send in, I believe it was Maggie McGuire checking in. Here's Alyssa Lowe down the line. Governors with a good shot. Bushbaum puts one back quickly, but Jefferson able to make a play. There's McGuire swinging again. Set dig for Sloan Waldron. Governors tap one back from Schleckaway. Another good pass out to Sabres with a bump. Here's one that hits the rafters. It'll cross the net. And that is ruled out of bounds. And it's another kill for Sienna Sabres as the lead builds to 10 again. 21 serving 11. Wackel the server. Sophomore setter across. Good action on that one, but well played up by Allie Keys. But still, Alyssa Lowe unable to clear the net. That's another hitting error. 5th of the game for the Governors as Jefferson leads comfortably 22-11. Wackel lobs this one as Keenholz gets to it. Bushbaum takes a full swing this time off the block. The block of Ilea Johnson, but out of the reach of Sabres as it goes over her head, and that'll be Bushbaum's first kill of the night. Governors only with 4 so far in this first set as they trail by 10, 22-12. Schleckaway sends it across. Here's Sabres who had to adjust, and in reaching back for it, could not get it across. That's error number 5 for the Cavs. Point to the Governors, 13 serving 22. Schleckaway serves from the left side of the serving line up the far side. Played by Fodness. Sabres with nothing on it, can only tap it out. Here's Bushbaum with a big swing. That's straight down off the block. Good for the kill. Myrna's got 2 in a row. Or 2 in this little mini run right now for the Governors. 3 in a row, looking for more. 14-22. Trying to keep pace. Wackel saves it from going into the net. Great pass back to the middle, and Sienna Sabres will put it away yet again. Cavs will keep feeding her. Sabres will send it into rotation. Side out. She'll be the next server. 23-14 with a couple to go for Jefferson. Molly Bauer out of the back line. Number 7, Natalie Welty back in, rotating up front. Sabres with the serve. Played by Keys, was hoping to get it back, but it goes back, set near side to Bushbaum. Didn't get much on it. Now a reaching dig for Hadley Hart. Well done there. Keys will back bump one away. Free ball for the Cavaliers. McGuire goes cross court, far side to near, but this one misses a little bit wide. So one and done for Jefferson this time, and the Governors, again, with a chance to try to add more to the board. They trail by 8. It's 23-15. Molly Olson checks in to serve. Bushbaum is out in that rotation. Here's Sabres from the back line. Oh, Lowe had it. Alyssa Lowe is right there to block. Good recognition for Alyssa, but the block stays on the Pierce side, and that's kill number 10 for Sienna Sabres. Probably the most experience on this Jefferson squad. Free ball coming back. This is set point, by the way. Jefferson leads 24-15. Welty wants to finish. That's through the hands of Schlechtaway in the back line, and that will be the final say. Game number 1 is on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Sioux Falls Jefferson defeats the Governors 25-15. They strike first, and they lead 1-0. Let's pause for 3 minutes, and we'll come back. Actually, let's pause for 2.5 minutes, and we'll come back for game number 2. You're listening to Governor Volleyball, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
At First Dakota,
they're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
This Veterans Day, we pause to honor the brave men and women who have served our country with courage and sacrifice. In recognition of their service, Rosenberg Implement will be closed on Veterans Day. We are proud to live and work in the communities our veterans helped protect. From all of us at Rosenberg Implement, thank you for your service, your sacrifice, and your dedication to our freedom.
what if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Cavaliers 25-15. They outkill the Governors 17-5, and Sienna Sabres leading the way with 10 kills all by herself. She herself doubling up the Governor kill total in that first set. Both teams with an ace, both teams with a block point. In fact, Jefferson had one more hitting error than the Governors, 6-5, and one more serving error. But obviously the offense leads to Sabres, and Natalie Welty, who had a good first set with a few kills herself, and it's the offense of Jefferson that was the difference in game number one with a 10-point victory. Ready to go to game number two. Our Comtech first serve will be put in play by the Cavaliers and Brianna Kinval, the freshman defensive specialist, right to left across. That one about died right in front of Lola Keenels, but she got underneath it. Good keep alive for Bushbaum, and then sent away. First swing for the Cavaliers will go long from Addison Warnke. And Pierre will strike first, their first lead of the night, even if it is just 1-0. Hadley Hart in, Hannah Eads out. Here's a set pushed back to the Governors. Bushbaum first, then Hart with a bump pass out to the left side. Allie Keys with a swing. Check it, that was Schleckaway. Here's Sabres, though, coming back. I think the Governors had a block touch on it, but it's down in fair play anyway, and Jefferson will continue to feed the hot hand as long as the passes come their way. And Sienna Sabres solid. Olivia Wackel going to check out. Here as A.J. Venekamp checks in. A.J.'s a backup setter, though. She'll handle those duties for the time being. While she serves in a solid serve that dies in front of Hadley Hart. So Venekamp with an ace, the second of the night for the Cavaliers, who lead 2-1 here in game number 2. Venekamp from the right side of the service line. Far side will angle it back to the left, and that's another ace. Key's got a hand on it, but it line drives back to the net, and no play for Waldron there for a second touch. So 2 in a row for A.J. Venekamp. And she will serve it again. Another punch. That one might have gone long, but Keys misplays it. Hart with a great rundown, but hits it back to the near side, and that'll be 3 aces in succession. Venekamp, who missed her first one tonight long, but is on target here. That one again might have gone long, though. This one sails back to Hadley Hart. And she gets the play up to Waldron, but the serve return will not clear as Bushbaum trying to range over. Swing with the left hand, but it stays low. 5 in a row now for Sioux Falls Jefferson. Had a long rally of 7 straight to build the cushion in game number 1. Hart with a good pass this time. Waldron outside right. Power tap here for Schleckaway. Not much on it. Great job in keeping it off the floor from Abby Horner and company. Jefferson clears it out. Here is Addie Novotny on for the first time for the Governors in this second set, but she hooks one down the left sideline, and that misses out of bounds. Good idea. But just off the inside of the hand, Venekamp will continue in serve. That one's going to sail, and it hits the line. The Governors thought it was long. I thought they had the right decision made, but it does land on the back end line. Joseph Konopczynski with a good look at it. That's 4 aces for A.J. Venekamp here in this service run, which is now 7 straight, and the Governors need timeout. Timeouts again from Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. We've got a 30-second Coke break. Governors will try to get back on track when we come back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Have a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV? Think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit.
On another run, tying right now their longest rally of the night, 7 in a row. Gov struck first and led 1-0 here in game 2, but A.J. Venekamp with 4 aces and a 7-point rally. Governors get back in system. Keen holes to Waldron to Bushbaum. And Marino with a solid cut this time, and she'll get one off the block and down. So that'll end the rally in a good way to come out of a timeout for Pierre. Keen holes will check out. That brings Allie Keys in up front. And it sends Lexi Schleckaway to the back line to serve. Venekamp still in there to set for Jefferson. They cleared out on a free ball. Here's a shot for Novotny in the middle of the front line of the Govs. Service point for Pierre. Good offense for the Govs this time, as they'll look for more of that. Schleckaway down the left sideline this time. Up the far side, misplayed in the back row by Kinval. And Lexi Schleckaway gets a service ace, second of the night for Pierre, first in this second game. Ball gets loose at the scorer's table. Pierre with 3 in a row, trying to counter a 7-point run by Sioux Falls Jefferson. Horner plays this one up. Here's Sabres, and once again in system, and the Governors kind of duck away from it, again thinking it might be long. I would highly recommend you've got to try to play everything that Sienna Sabres is sending across, because she's getting up high and she's got a good angle sending them down. Kill number 2 in the set. She's got a dozen on the night now, and we're only 8-4 in the second game. Serve for Wackel, who's back in there now for Jefferson, and this is an ace out of the reach of the Governor back row. Liv Wackel's first. 9-4 with 5 aces in this second set already. Certainly a strong start that Coach Donnelly was hoping for in each game. That's happening here in game 2. Here's one off the block, and Ilea Johnson has a second kill of the night. 10-4. Jefferson looks to keep charging here in game number 2. Played by Hart, and then Bushbaum with a pass up front to Keys. Jefferson with a big back bump from Kinval gets it across. Free ball and a chance for Pierre. Keys with a hot shot. That's good. It's plain and simple. It's been a struggle for the Governors, but all you've got to do is get a good first pass, then get a good set, and then get a hot shot, in this case from Allie Keys. And it's as simple as that. If you can do that more consistently, you can play with these tougher opponents that the Governors have had. It's 5 serving 10. Molly Olson put it in play. There is a McGuire shot that is much too strong, much too long. Point to the Governors. Good block presence will help the cause there. Olson left to right again. This one, she'll pull the string on, but Kinval is there. Up to Wackel. Now from the middle, and Sabres does miss one this time. Sabres more comfortable on the pin or on the outside, especially the near side or her left. But she ran a route that got her to the middle this time and did not get on top of it. 10-7 our score now. A tap up front by Johnson was put right back by Novotny. Big shot, Sabres. Loose ball at the net, and it is Waldron there to put it back. Waldron against McGuire. Sloan Waldron with the point. This time she is right on the money. A right on the money highlight block for Sloan Waldron. Highlight plays brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. And now Jefferson calls a timeout as the Governors have scored 4 in a row. We've got a Coke break here of 30 seconds. Back with more. Game 2. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Xander Auto
Innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends. How to fit in. How to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy,
Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
Back at Riggs High Gym, final game, final night of the regular season for the Pierre Governors. Final home game, and in all likelihood, the final match of their season. But trying to build some momentum here, scoring 4 in a row with Molly Olson in serve, and another good one here as Kinval started backing off on this one. Ole's got an ace, and the Governors with a couple of those in this set. 10-4 has become 10-9 with 5 in a row scored by the home team. Olson again. More of a lob this time. Fodness will get there. Wackel outside right. This time nice back set, and Sabres with a different angle. Sienna with the stopper here. Good run of 5 in a row for the Govs. They'd love to see more of that. Basically the night when you really want to play your heart out and leave everything on the court, but they've got to get Sabres out of the front line. They do here, and Sabres is in the back line, and, well, she's still scoring. The Governors duck under the serve. They thought it was long. It was not. And Sabres with a kill, then an ace, and it's 12-9. This one is long as Waldron with good court awareness this time. 10-12 now. Sierra Prunty will check in for the Governors. Out comes Addie Novotny. Novotny playing in place of Hannah Eads here in this second set up front. Eads had the start tonight, though. Prunty's serve played up by Fodness. The Governors get a touch on it, but nice punch dig by Molly Olson. Free ball across, but sent right back by the Cavs. Now from the back row, nice swing by Schleckaway. Still dug up, and it is Johnson who will miss from the middle. Wide right, and the Governors will get a service point. Once again, they're back within one. Prunty, the 5'5" junior, sends it across, played on the sideline, close to the net, and the Cavs can only push it back. Now a tapper, blocked back. Eads is in up front, I should say. Here's Keys on the power tap. That one nice is dug up by Wackel on a great dive. Now it is Natalie Welty out on the left side. Half swing, but that's over the block and down in front of the diving Allie Keys, who cannot make a play. Welty's fourth kill of the night. Here still cannot pull back even. 13-11 Jefferson. And a line drive return here by Waldron. Eads with a good touch up front. Waldron back. Actually, Keys swinging left side. Jefferson still defends well. Good job of recognition by the libero, and here's a tip on the outside as, I should say, a fingertip touch on a block, but Sloan Waldron will swing and score. The ball did go long, but it was called as a touch. We saw it from here as well. Pierre again within one. 13-12. Good ball game here. Game number 2 after Jefferson won the first one by 10. Here's a swing for Welty. That one goes off the net, and it is down on the Pierce side as Welty will get it back to Jefferson to serve. This will be McGuire's turn now. Maggie, a 5'10" junior. Doesn't serve all the time, but serving here. Pierre will get Hannah Eads with a blast. Well timed from Waldron to Eads in her first swinging kill. That one to the back left. And it's 14-13. Governors hanging tough here. Bushbaum will check in as Molly Olson comes out. And the server will be Waldron. Slowing up the middle. Fodness back close to the net. Wackel puts it across, and it is down. That was a beautiful set touch just across. Liv Wackel has her second kill from the setter position tonight. Pierre just cannot pull back even. Jefferson's got an answer. Each time the Governors have pulled within one here in this second set. Now Kinval to serve with a 2-point lead. 15-13. Govs will tap, and the dig is back over. Pierre will push it back, though. Kinval to Wackel, and this is the thing about plays like that. As Warnke puts it away, sometimes you get that ball gifted to you, but you want to push it right back. It might be better if you can just be a little more patient, get something set up. Instead, Jefferson was able to get in system. They got the kill. Now they get another ace. A net serve that crawls across from Kinval. And it is down, and a 1-point lead has turned to 4. 3 in a row for the Jeffies at 17-13. Kinval again. This one put up in the air by Keenholz. Easy rundown, but back well away from the net for Waldron to Bushbaum. Jefferson defends. Good job on the dive here to keep it off the floor from Schleckaway. Free balled once again back. And a tap with good vision here by Addie Warnke. She'll get that one down on the far side. Governors had to scramble a little bit. The front left was left wide open. Warnke saw it. And it's a 5-point game. Swing here for the Governors. Schleckaway is defended. Set dig in the back row. There's Sabres. Nice reach by Hadley Hart. Here we'll get it back. Free ball, though. Here's Abby Horner to Wackel, and her back set on the slide out to the right side. Leads Warnke a little too far. Warnke got a fingertip on it, but not enough to clear the net. That's an error for the Cavs. And a point for the Governors, side out. 14 serving 18. As they'll try to get back going again. Good pass this time up to Wackel. Off the net was Warnke. Pierre was able to play it up, and now the tap here is off the block and down. It's Lexi Schleckaway for the score. Another service point to the Governors. 15-18. Hart the lefty. That one might have gone long, but it's played up by Horner, and the long run down no good by Kinval. Ace for Hadley Hart. Third of the game for Pierre, fourth of the night. Overall, 16 serving 18. Pierre back within 2 again. Hadley to go again up the sideline. Kinval with a good pass, and of course a good set this time by Wackel. Out to the hot hitter, Sienna Sabers. Sienna's been a little quieter. She only has 4 kills in this set. That's usually a pretty good game for anybody, but she had 10 in game number 1. 14 on the night now. And as Wackel will check out, A.J. Venekamp, who had a great service run to start this second set, comes back in. 19-16 Cavaliers. Keys plays it to Waldron, and Novotny with the miss hit from back on the 10-foot line. She may have rushed that one just a little bit. Adding Novotny back in the front line. 20-16. Govs could use a side out right now on this point. Right to left. Venekamp ready to fire. Across. That one died in front of Hart, but she did get it off the floor. Novotny free balls it back. Sabers once again locked and loaded. And she scores from the near side. Sabres with a handful in this game, now 15. In the match, 21-16. 4 to go as Jefferson tries to go up 2 sets. Govs have played great in this second game, but they've got to get back that momentum. Bit of a misplay on the return of serve. Free ball from the back line. Nice swing, though, by Hart. Here is Sabres on a cross quarter. This time it misses long. I should say it misses wide from left to right. And the Governors will get the serve back. Schleckaway to serve this time. That's across. Horner will play it up. Venekamp will leave it with a left-handed swinger. Faith Shearer, a 5'10 senior who had just checked in. Shearer in for the first time tonight. She'll collect a kill and step right back out. Venekamp is out. Warnke is out. Maggie McGuire is out. Abby Horner is back in up front. They have some funky substitutions there with Jefferson. They've got an awful lot of people on their roster, as we mentioned. Here's Bushbaum coming back. 5-point game still. Nice dig in the back line. And once again, first pass by the freshman Kinval up to Abby Horner, who gets the set assist. Out to Sabres. Then you can count that one. It is 23-17. Wackel to serve this time. That one might have gone long, but when in doubt, play it. Good job for Schleckaway. Here's Keys taking a swing. That is blocked by Ilea Johnson. And it is across and down in the Pierre front line that was vacated. And a well-played game by the Governors is down to its final point for the Cavaliers. Serve lobbed across by Wackel. Here gets to it. Bushbaum will swing. That will not clear. In fact, it hits the pin on the near side. A hitting error for the Governors will end it for the Cavaliers in game number 2 as they win this one on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Jefferson 25 and the Governors 17, a 2-0 lead for the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. They're 2 down, 1 to go. Let's call it halftime. Halftime in our River 92.7 broadcast, brought to you by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial. You'll find them in the Capitol Creek Center Plaza in Pierre. Let's pause for 2 minutes. We go to game number 3 next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Since is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
We're back at Riggs High Gym. Governors improved in that second set in a lot of ways, and not the least of which is the way they kept coming back as Jefferson was staked to a big lead once again after they scored 7 in a row to go up 7-1 early, but the Govs came back, made it a 1-point game with 5 in a row at 10-9. They just could not get into a tie or even pass the Cavaliers, but then 14-13 became 18-13 with 4 in a row. Govs got back within 2. Cavaliers put 3 in a row up again, and they led by 5, and they scored the last 3 points of that set to win it 25-17. Govs held Jefferson to 13 kills in that set, but they helped the Cavaliers a bit as well. 7 aces in that game, 4 of which came from A.J. Venekamp in that 7-0 run to start things off. So that had the Governors in come from behind mode the entire way, but Pierre improves from 5 to 7 kills from game 1 to 2. They only had 4 errors. They had 3 aces themselves. So, yeah, there's things to like about the Governor effort in game number 2. But the fact is they still trail 2-0. We'll go to game 3. Final night of the regular season for the Governors. Jefferson still has a home date with Aberdeen Central coming up on Thursday as they'll finish off their regular season before playing in the Sodax 16, which again is a week from Thursday night in Class AA, hosted by the top seeds. So delays as to whom the Governors can start in this one, whether it be Novotny or Alyssa Lowe. Right now they've got 5 players. Oh, they've got 6 out there. Sloan Waldron is back, ready to serve. Coach Wheelhouse trying to change some things up in the rotation. Serve first from Comtech, and this one in the net. Walden brought the heat, but that one stays in the net, and the first point goes to Sioux Falls Jefferson. Game number 3. Governors and fans saluting veterans tonight. Thanks to all veterans here in the month of November. Once again, Veterans Day is a week from today. Lola Kenols with a good play up of the Venekamp serve here, and now it is that Schleckaway or Bushbaum? It's Bushbaum with a 2-hand push down the line. Good vision there for Myrna. And 1-1. to start the third set. Governors will need this one as Jefferson hopes to get out of here with a 3-set sweep. There is Sienna Sabers. She's just too much for the Governors, and they have got to find a way to get an angle on a block. And I'll be honest, I mean, most of the swings that Sienna Sabers has scored on, that's 17 kills, by the way, and most of those have been untouched by the Governors up front. Cavaliers sub, they go with a lob served by Wackel, but this one comes up short, and that one stays at the top of the net. And on the Cavaliers side, 2 serving 2, Schleckaway's turn for the Govs. As Keenholz is out and Allie Keys is in up front. Schleckaway goes back right. Sabers backed off, but now instead of Sabers, it is a big swing here for Maggie McGuire. The Governors were able to get it back. Loose ball is over to Jefferson now, but they'll free ball it away. Here come the Governors. Hart to Waldron. There's Bushbaum. Good left-handed swing, but they can't get it down. Now off the net goes Sabers, and nobody is there as a loose ball from Keys. Ended up close to the net, and Bushbaum and Alyssa Lowe in particular tried to play for a block on a comeback that never came. And it stays on the Pierce side, and that turns into another kill for Sienna Sabers. Sabers back to serve, now 3-2 Jefferson. And this one is put down in fair play, but it made its way there from being out of bounds, and it's wide of the pin. So an error for Pierre. Makes it 4-2. Sabers right to left. This one will lob across. Hart gets underneath it, gets it up to Waldron. Swing for Keys out on the left side. The block is right there. Back to Pierre, now pushed back by Lowe. Pass by Fodness behind the line and up to Maggie McGuire out on the right side, but she will miss. Another good example of Jefferson, though, getting a kind of a, not the first pass that they wanted, but still a nice bump set up for a swinger. They just didn't get the play finished up. That is Aaliyah Johnson tapping across and a bump at the net and not put away by Jefferson. It's put back by Alyssa Lowe. Tap is across. Wackel couldn't get it down as Hadley Hart gets the pancake dig. Here's McGuire with a big swing. Govs blocked that one. And back to Keys off the block and no whistle. Yep, the whistle is there. Keys gets it down. Allie with kill number 4. Governor's right on the money with a dig and a pancake by Hadley Hart. Sienna Sabers not quite there to dig up the effort by Keys. Right on the money highlight play on the swing by Keys, sponsored by Rounds Financial Services. And now Natalie Welty right back at it with her 6th kill of the evening, and that'll give Jefferson the lead back. Tied at 2. We were tied at 4. Now 5-4 Cavaliers. Across, and that one just misses long, says Mallory Smith. Missed by Riley Fodness. Hadley Hart will check out along with Alyssa Lowe. Sierra Prunty is in, and now Hannah Eads in Hart's spot rotates up front off the bench. 5 serving 5. Governors will try to take a lead here. Free ball, they get it back. Prunty to Molly Olson. Nice swing by Eads. A little bit of a adjustments in midair. Dig of Sabers by Prunty is back to the net, but not put away. The Governors will tap one back. Now Sabers with a bump touch. It's across, tapped. Olson sets up outside Waldron. Now she had to adjust as the back set goes a little too wide. Got a little too much on it. Good effort by Waldron. But it'll be a Jefferson point. Inside out, keeps them in front, 6-5. Substitution will bring Abby Horner in off the bench for McGuire. Horner made a bit of her name for herself in basketball season last year. Jefferson was playing Sodak 16 at Aberdeen Central, and Abby Horner hit a 3/4 length of the court shot to win it for Jefferson and send them to the state tournament, breaking the hearts of all Aberdeen Central fans. Kind of strange if you think about it, with a Jefferson player who's playing basketball and volleyball. Kind of refreshing at that. There's so many volleyball players who play just volleyball in that metro area. Meanwhile, a kill for, they had Olivia Wackel. That was a full swing for Wackel in the kill. Good shot there by the setter. 7-6, Jefferson maintains the lead. Here's Eads. She is blocked right there by Warnke. Loose ball up front. Waldron lays out, keeps it alive, but Jefferson still has it. And you can do it once, but you can't do it twice when Sabres comes back with the swing, and she gets this one by Keenholz, who sends it up into the old stage area here at Riggs High Gym. 8 serving 6. As the serve will come up the front by Kinval. Pierre able to make a play, but Eads can only tap it back. Now Warnke returns the favor with a tap. Olsen sends it back to Allie Keys, kept alive up front. And this one hits the pin, and that's a miss by Jefferson. The set in a bit of a scramble went wide to the near side, and Sabres was unable to get it across this time. 7 serving 8, Pierre within 1 again. Olsen out of the back row. Bushbaum back in up front off the bench as Waldron serves from right to left. Well, her right to her left. Now a tap. Tentative touch here by Warnke. That's a third hitting error in the set for Jefferson. The Governors are tied again. 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now 5 as well. We've had ties here in game number 3. And a good swing on the serve here for Waldron. Played up by Horner. 7 feet off the net. Sabres is dug right back by Schleckaway, but she couldn't put it away. Then Schleckaway gets a swing. It's back to the back row. Wackel's second touch is over. Pierre able to play. Pass from Hart out to Bushbaum. 1-2 is over. Then Eads tries to put it away. Somehow stays out of the net. Sabres with the swing, and it's good. Frustrating point for the Governors. They did so many things well, especially hustle plays and dig plays, but you've got this Sienna Sabres on the other side for the Cavaliers. Call her the stopper. She gets her 20th kill of the night. I've got her at 20. They've got her with 19. I know the point that they didn't put up on the board, but I say 20. It's 9-8 Jefferson. Pierre had to tap the return of serve. Now a left-handed swinging Faith Shearer. She got a spot kill in the late in the second set. She gets one here in the third. 2 in a row for the Cavaliers as A.J. Venekamp is serving again. Serving right to left. That one, it was going to sail long, I believe, but Keenholz had the right idea. When in doubt, you got to make a play on it. Governors have let a lot of balls fall in fair play. Venekamp with another ace, her 5th of the night. Make it 11-8. That's the longest service rally for either team so far here in this second set. That's 3 in a row. Keenholz plays this one to Waldron. Outside right, it goes to Eads. She's right there to block, but then Sabres take that back. Eads swings. Sabres is there to block. Anna Eads kept it alive as well as she could, but it goes to the near side. And a good job by Father up front. I think that's Lane Severin having to pull his kid out of the mix. So alert. Lane a little quicker than his old man in the front row as per usual. It's 12-8. 4 in a row for the Cavaliers. We're in game number 3. Timeout to the Governors. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. And Pierre, you're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
You're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
When life gets hard.
Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee.
Well, the Governors have played a good match tonight so far, trying to hang tough, trying to minimize the damage here in a 4-point run for Sioux Falls Jefferson. A.J. Venekamp serving again out of the Coke break. Schleckaway played it up. They get it out to Bushbaum, who makes a nice swing, but Jefferson has good back row defense again, and Sienna Sabres will swing off of the set dig by Hadley Hart. That one goes in a different direction. Sienna Sabres just continues to pile them on. 13-8, 21 on the night for Sabres, and keep in mind, this is just a 3-set match so far. She's averaging 7 per set. She had 10 in the first. Vannekamp serve will end the rally this time. That was 5 in a row. It'll be 9 serving 13. The Governors will try to get it back. As Hadley Hart sends it away, and that one knuckles on Horner. Wackel plays it off the bench, but that's an ace. She's not in play right now. Wackel with a little tentative play on that one. Hadley Hart gets her second ace. That's the 5th of the night for the Governors. Here comes Shearer, and another hot shot out of the reach of the diving Keenholz. Faith Shearer with her second of the set, 3 in the match. Wackel will check back in. Vannekamp is out. Maggie McGuire back in up front. Wackel will serve. 14-10. Cavaliers are past the halfway point here in game number 3 as they try for a sweep. Lowe gets one off the block, and as Sabres tried to keep it alive, is unable to do so. Alyssa Lowe with kill number 2 on the night. Governors get a quick side out right back. Trailing by 3, 14-11. This will be Schleckaway to serve. Goes up the far side, played by Fodness. Up to Wackel at the net, and the swinging kill for McGuire is good. This time the Governors had the block, but it's down on the Pierce side. And again, whether it's Sabres or, in this case, McGuire, the angles of the hits coming in have just been, the block's just not quite there. Jefferson has just been able to do something that the Governors haven't quite defended or haven't quite figured out yet. Bushbaum hits one long, but Jefferson is in the net defending, and that's a big break for the Govs. Error number 4 for Sioux Falls Jefferson. 15-12. Cavaliers lead here in the third. Bushbaum out. Molly Olson is in the back row. She'll serve. Sabres plays it up to Wackel. This is Welty to swing. That's off the block. Down in fair play anyway. Natalie Welty swings and scores for the 7th time. And Jefferson counters right back with a trade-off of side outs. Fodness to serve in the gold jersey. Played close to the net. Good pass up to Olsen, who has a nice set to Keys, but right there is Addison Warnke defending with a block point. The ace block, the 4th of the night for the Cavs. It gives them a 17-12 advantage. Fodness, hot shot this time, right up the middle. Hart with a good pass out to Olsen. Lowe can't do much with that, though. Just a tap back. Now Sabres. Nope, that's McGuire with a right-hand cross-court effort. This one is long. Long cross-court. It's wide and out of bounds. So a couple more for the Cavs there. But it'll be 13 serving 17. As Lowe checks out, Sierra Prunty is in to serve. They'll keep it in the back row. McGuire had to push it back. Keys, Olsen, near side. Waldron with the smash, and it's good. Sloan Waldron swinging well. She's been the primary setter most of the season, but the Governors have tried to get her kills whenever possible, or at least swinging opportunities. She has 3 kills. What a good highlight play. Right on the money. Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Governors defend Sabres with a back row attack, but they cannot defend McGuire this time, and Maggie McGuire will get side out after 2 in a row scored by Pierre. 18-14. As Abby Horner will check in. Trotty out. Low back in, but replaced by libero Hadley Hart for the Governors, who still try to keep pace here. Horner's serve played by Schleckaway to Olsen. Hannah Eads with a one-hander. Not a full swing, though. Good hustle to cover it up for the Cavaliers. Here's Olsen out, back to Waldron again. Olsen calls for it, and now actually Eads in there, but that just happens too many times to the Governors. A little relaxation. You try to put it across, feet on the floor, and take your eye off the ball. You leave it in the net, and that'll lead the Cavaliers to a 5-point lead. It'll lead the Governors into their second and final Coca-Cola timeout here in game number 3. We'll pause for 30 seconds. We'll be back to see if the Governors can come from behind in this one, as they need this one to prolong their season. In fact, let alone this match. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball, River 92.7, drgnews.com.
As a bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Most people don't think
back
about
to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
Back at Riggs High Gym, 19-14. We're in the third set. Jefferson starting to count them down, 6 away from a 3-game sweep. And Abby Horner will continue to serve. Here we'll get it pushed back up front. Power tap off the net by Waldron. And as Sabres had the first touch on a reach, had to stay out of the way. Wackel couldn't run down touch number 2, and Sloan Waldron collects her 4th kill, 19-15. Anna Eads with a chance to serve. She'll knuckle one across. Wackel gets it out to Welty, and the Governors are right on the money. There's Waldron again. No, the Governors are in the net here. And they point out Waldron. Governors want to sub, but the officials are making sure that they know they're not rotating here. That was an error on the Govs, as Waldron, who made the nice play with the block, ended up grazing the net. So 20-16 our score, make it 21. This is a service ace for Brianna Kinval. She's had 3 of those tonight. T-4 in counting for the Cavaliers, but Kinval won't get this one across. So the Governors with another chance to try to stay in this one as Bushbaum will check in the rotation. Molly Olsen out of the back row. It's Waldron's serve, 21-17. Left to right. Nope, that's just going to sail a little bit long. Didn't miss by much, but missed by more than enough. Unfortunately, the Governors need points right now. And I always say serves are like free throws. You got to make them, especially in clutch situations here. 22-16 it'll be. Is it 16 or is it 17? We do have a discussion. Kelly Devine at the scorer's table. She might just want to be, might be just checking rotations, though. Anyway, 22-16 on the board. Warnke serves. Hart up to Waldron. Good pass. There's Schleckaway with a big swing. But still Jefferson able to dig it up. They will free ball it back. Bushbaum swings, and that is blocked right there by Aaliyah Johnson. Jefferson's block really coming to life. They've got 3 here in this third set. That one helps them to a 23-16 lead. Warnke too short this time. Do or die now for the Pierre Governors. They've got a small cushion. 23-17 our score. Third set. Hadley Hart serves it across. Kinval gets it high in the air. Wackel runs it down. Sabres with a full swing, but still didn't get much on it. That's rare. Schleckaway tries from the 10-foot line, but that one will go upward and outward. That's out of bounds. Jefferson has match point as they lead 24-17. Wackel will check in. Horner is out. Wackel to serve for the match. A lob is across. Bushbaum in the front row will play it. Keeps it with Waldron, and the one-hander by Lowe. Mistimed. It's in the net, and that will do it. Governors do some good things tonight, but Jefferson still too much, as they'll win at 25-17 on the third set. That's on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, which also has a 3-game sweep for the Cavaliers, 25-15, 25-17, and 25-17. Governor's season will come to an end at 3-17 with the loss. Sioux Falls Jefferson will move on with another match to close out the regular season later in the week. They will take a 10-12 mark to their regular season finale and their home finale for the season when they host Aberdeen Central. Jefferson wins it in 3 straight. Your Gales Gas Service scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. And you can use their budget plan and keep full service all season long to stay warm with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Postgame coming up after a 3-minute timeout. We'll get into the Family Dental postgame. Family Dental has offices in Pierre and also in Gettysburg. Our postgame begins in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Dr. Until it's not working. But we do. At Pipe Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pipe Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if the market shifts? What if the margins on your farm keep getting tighter? Simplot Grower Solutions is here to help. Simplot Crop Advisors know South Dakota corn, soybean, wheat, and other crops like you do because they live and work here. So, even if the market shifts or the margins keep getting tighter, you'll have the insight and support to keep moving forward. Simplot Grower Solutions.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown.
Here's Olsen, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome to Bowie
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Tonight, they got down early in that first set. Still looked like more of the same with a big deficit, which reached 10 points at 18-8. had a couple of 4-point runs to build a 10-4 lead. The Governors tried to keep pace, got back within 3 at 11-8, and but from there, a 7-point rally made it 18-8, and Pierre unable to recover from that. They lose that first set 25-15, and then it looked like more of the same, even though the Govs scored first in the second game, but 7 in a row, serving with A.J. Vinekamp, including 4 aces at the time, put Jefferson up in front, but the Governors clawed all the way back to within 1 at 10-9. They stayed within 1 at 12-11, 13-12, 14-13, and then a little 4-point rally by the Cavaliers put them up by 5 again, and that seemed to be all the cushion they would need, even though Pierre got back within 2 again at 18-16. Jefferson scores 3 in a row. They get a 5-point lead, 21-16, still 5 at 21-17, and then they score the last 3 of the set as well, and they win that one 25-17. Governors had better offensive statistics in that second game and better serving as well, scoring points from beyond the service line, even though Jefferson had 7 aces in that second set alone themselves. And then the third game might have been even more entertaining as we went back and forth. Cavaliers weren't getting the big service rallies in this third game, and even if they were, the Governors were able to counter, and we had early ties at 2 and 4 and 5 and 6, and then even at 8, but there was that one service run of 5 straight that put Jefferson up 13-8. And once again, the Governors just had to do their best to keep pace. They never really got back within 3 after that. 13-10, 15-12, 17-14, even 19-16. But the lead grew to 5 and then grew to 7 at 23-16, in fact. And that was pretty much all she wrote as Jefferson scores the last 2 to win at 25-17. Still, good things from the Governors, and maybe one of their better played matches. I imagine when Coach Kerry Wheelhouse comes up to talk about this one, it is going to be a good way to go out. Obviously, next season starts tomorrow for the Governor volleyball team, and hopefully they'll be able to use the off season as an opportunity for the underclassmen to get to work, because obviously they'll know they have a lot of work to do. But well done for the Cavaliers who get the victory here tonight in 3 straight. Statistically in this one, and still unofficially, but I have the Jefferson Cavaliers registering 42 kills overall compared to 17 for the Govs. Half of those 42 kills from the 5'9" senior outside hitter, Sienna Sabers. 21 kills. She scored 10 in the first set, 6 in the second, just 5 in the third. But that's getting it done, and Sabers is definitely the leader of this squad. 21 kills, a great night for Sienna Sabers. Natalie Welty, good night off of the bench with 7 kills. She actually had 19, according to Coach Beth Donnelly, in a match against Mitchell a couple of weeks ago. I think a match that went 5 sets, though. Meanwhile, it'll drop off from there. 3 kills apiece for Olivia Wackel, the setter. Also for Addie Warnke, for Maggie McGuire, and for Faith Shearer off the bench. Leah Johnson gets 2 kills for the Cavaliers. 42 on the board for Jefferson. Meanwhile, for Pierce, 17 total kills, led by 4 from Sloan Waldron, 4 more from Marina Bushbaum, and 4 kills by Allie Keys. But from there, Alyssa Lowe with 2, Alexa Schleckaway with 1, and Addie Novotny off the bench with 1 kill to get the 17 total there. Blocking was pretty even tonight. The Govs had 1. The Cavs had 1 in the first set. Cavs got 1 in the second, but then the Cavaliers got 3 to help their cause in big spots in the third game, and they'll finish with 5 overall, 2 from Johnson, and then 3 individual. 3 individuals with 1 each in Warnke, Welty, and Sabers. The one block I had for the Governors, I had a team-up block, a double block from Sloan Waldron and Hannah Eads. And serving will be advantage Jefferson with 10 total aces, 5 from A.J. Venekamp, 3 from Brianna Kinval. Sienna Sabers and Olivia Wackel get an ace apiece. Hadley Hart gets 2 for the Governors, and then Molly Olson, Sloan Waldron, and Lexi Schleckaway with 1 each for Pierre. Pierre only had 3 service errors all night long. Jefferson with just 8. And the errors aren't bad. Both teams averaging 5 per set, 17 for Jefferson and 16 for the Pierre Governors. 3 straight to the Cavaliers, though. They win it. Coach Carrie Wheelhouse is up to talk to us. Let's let her get her wind, and we will gear her up with a headset, and we'll talk to the coach after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to the post-game Pierre Governor Volleyball, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Tokyo Japanese Cuisine, conveniently located in the Northridge Plaza, prepares authentic Japanese fare, including hibachi and delicious sushi. They're a great choice for eat-in or takeout in the Pierre area. Tokyo Japanese Cuisine, they're known for their variety in taste and high-quality fresh ingredients. So experience the friendly atmosphere and excellent service. Open at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday, noon on Sundays, and for carry-out orders, call 605-494-3388.
Back at Rickside Gym, back to our Family Dental post game. Let's chat with the coach, Carrie Wheelhouse, in this one. Governors fall in 3 straight, 25-15, 25-17, 25-17. But Coach Carrie, first game kind of what we've seen before. Jefferson used a couple of service rallies to build the lead. They got that 10-point lead, and around that 18-8 mark, that's kind of a recurring theme, and it just seemed like it was going to be another one of those nights. But even though 25-17 feels like a comfortable, or looks like a comfortable win on paper, but the second and the third sets, I thought the girls played really, really well, even though they come up short. But just seemed like even though this was going to be their last match, they wanted to play some of their best volleyball of the year.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. The one thing with this group of girls is, as a coach, you can't ask for more of them to never give up and never stop playing. And even, knowing that their back was against the wall, even in that third set, they didn't give up. And so knowing that they're going to give everything they have to this team, I told them they might not see the fruits of their labor this year, but they've started a program, and they've started with that foundation that's going to get us ready for the next future years. This Jefferson team has had their ups and downs, but let's not forget that's a metro school, and they play them all, and they play them well. And you played, I think, one of your better matches against at least the teams from the metro, kind of reminiscent of the Brandon Valley match that we talk about quite a bit. Yeah, I think that's a chip on our shoulder is always going against those metro teams, and you always want to show what we can do out here, kind of in the middle of nowhere where we don't have that club mentality where we play only one sport and play year round. Most of these girls are multi-sport athletes, and that's what we like to see. And definitely for the Pierre Governors, they've got a lot of athletes that transfer across the different sports, and it's something that's exciting to see, is getting to see them improve in the different stuff that they're doing, and then coming back to the volleyball court and showing how that improvement from those different sports brings it to the court. And yeah, we always kind of have a little chip on your shoulder because we don't have those opportunities out here that they do. And so it's always nice to show that we can play right along with them. Absolutely. Jefferson was strong. Obviously, you called them pin-oriented, and even Coach Donnelly had mentioned that Sienna Saber is just too much tonight. And it just seemed to me that you want to set up a good block, but a lot of the things that she was sending across, she was getting kills that were untouched tonight, and unfortunately she just had the angle, and maybe she was just up higher than everybody because she's a heck of an athlete, but she was certainly tough to stop tonight. Yeah, our timing was a little off because she can jump so high, and so we were jumping with her at the beginning, and that wasn't going to work for us, and then we were kind of following them, and our middles were floating a little bit, so they weren't getting in front of her because they were kind of floating with her, and she'd go right by them. So got a few touches on them, but she was doing a great job out there. That's and then the back row defense with the sharp angles, your back row doesn't really have a chance to get to them unless unless she hits it right to you, which isn't very often. No, and it's a hard thing. You sit there and you see that she's going cross court and cross court and cross court, and you adjust to it, and then she throws one down the line. So and especially getting our block in front of her, trying to where they were kind of throw her from, makes it difficult too if our block's not there for our back row to set up. And so things that we're going to work on in the next year and get us ready to go. And the nice thing is having some of that experience to get ready to come back, girls that were on the court. And I think this team did a great job this year with having limited, experience on the court from a varsity perspective.
Yeah, and we'll talk about next year here, but I want to make one more comment really about how the determination of the girls to try to keep pace and keep these especially the second and the third sets as close as possible. I imagine you felt it in the huddles and could see it on the floor. It looked like maybe a different ball club than what we've seen at times over the course of the year.
Yeah, they definitely wanted to go out on top. They wanted to go out with a win and then make those other teams make those mistakes to get us into the SODAC 16. And that's the thing is they just never gave up on that. They, this team has always been one that plays really well under pressure. If we're slacking off a little bit in the first, set, then we get really good to get going with the pressure on us. And that's one thing is, we talked in there is these girls are set up, they've got that base for them for the rest of their lives of, if they can handle the pressure and they can continue to work and continue to focus on that kind of stuff, that's going to take them a long way.
So you talked about next year, and next year starts tomorrow. It's the sports adage there, but what's it going to take as far as, whether from the girls getting together as a team or even as an individual standpoint, how do you take a full off season and prepare for another one to come, even though you do have other sports that'll take your time as well?
Yeah. So one of the things is just getting touches on the ball and working on those fundamental things, little things that they can do at home that aren't going to take a lot of energy or take them away from their other sports. Working on that kind of stuff, just the little things outside of the gym are going to be the biggest thing. And then really, I think the biggest thing for our team and our girls sports and in Pierre in general is just getting stronger and getting in the weight room and getting that, we've talked about the girls that are playing other sports are going to have that strength in there, but the ones that are, volleyball focused or maybe only a 2-sport athlete is just making sure that they're continuing to get that strength in and keep working on that part of it so that we can start competing with some of these other schools with that are going through those programs.
And the last comment I have for you is just to kind of praise you and your coaches, Rachel Arbach and Peyton Gall, for the difficult job you had this year, dealing with a lot of girls, only 3 coaches, but 4 teams or 5 teams actually. And, I know a lot of other coaches have really praised you guys on that. I think it's just time we make that public and say great job, even though, the results weren't what we wanted, but thanks a lot for doing what you're doing.
Well, we appreciate it. We love these girls. It's one of those things, even with a difficult job that we've had this year, I wouldn't trade it for the world. And already excited to get ready and get us going again. I definitely miss the girls right away when we're done with the season. You go from seeing them every day to not seeing them. And so just going to get ready to roll for the next year.
The advantage of missing the postseason is you have more time to prepare for next year than anybody else, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. Coach, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next year. Carrie Wheelhouse, the Governor head coach, as our Family Dental postgame had the Governors falling short. We do have 2 players up here as well. We'll speak to them one at a time and try to keep this postgame moving along. Lola Kenols puts the headset on. And Lola, tonight you've got a real tough task in that back row, staring down some bullets from people like Sienna Sabers, number 4 up there. And one of the things I asked Coach about was, I guess I'll ask Sloan Waldron about blocking her, but when you're staring these things down, what's it like to see those hot shots coming at you, and how can you react so quickly to even get a ball up in the air?
Well, throughout practice and everything that we've done through camps and everything, we've practiced like quick reaction times and being ready for those balls that kind of just catch us off guard a little bit. And it is hard to see those hard cut cross line balls come at you. Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about volleyball, though. You're so back on you get caught on your heels, and then all of a sudden they'll tap one across, and that's the challenge of playing the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, but obviously Jefferson, one of these teams that a lot of opponents you've had, superior opponents, but now that you as a senior are done playing volleyball, I guess, what do you look back on, even though it was a tough season? What are your favorite things about this year?
I look back on all the memories that I made, the family that I've created around the sport, all the relationships that I've had, the friendships, even coach-player relationships. I look back on that, and I am very happy that I was a part of this program to have that type of stuff.
Despite frustrations, you girls are a pretty tight-knit bunch,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And
Yes.
not just a few of you. I mean, I'm talking all 16 of you or so. So what's next now? Even though you're done playing volleyball, what do you have next coming up?
I have an off season this winter, and I'm going to be working hard to get back into shape for track this spring.
All right. Well, we'll wish you the best on
Thank
that.
you.
Thanks for coming up and talk to us. That's Lola Keenholz, Pierre Governor back row specialist, and we'll yield here to Sloan Waldron. Sloan's kind of the do-everything player this season, setter, hitter, and I'll be honest, Sloan, I want to ask you about just how you feel you played. I honestly think that this was one of your better matches of the season.
Thank you. I mean, we all played very well. I think I was definitely kind of running all the way up and down the court, doing a lot, but it's hard with those big hitters on the other side. You really have to just do your best to get a hand up, get your feet set, do whatever you can to just help your team out a little bit.
I think you had that fire tonight, and you were a pretty good example of how you girls just wanted to play your best match. Win or lose, probably knowing you weren't going to get another match after this one. Win or lose, just leave it all onto the court. And that's what high school sports is all about, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's exactly what we wanted to do. That's what we said. We're going to leave everything out in the court. We win this game, we get another shot at state, and if not, then we played our best and we played our hardest that we could have.
All right. And, I think as the season went along, it seemed like you were the primary setter, but you were just itching to get some swings in. And, some get in there, some don't. But how'd you feel about your swinging effort tonight?
I thought it was good. I mean, I always want to get up there and swing as hard as I can. I think I definitely shy away from tipping in those things, which is probably something that I could do better on, but I just think I always want to be as aggressive as I can.
Yeah, at the net or even serving. I mean, you've got a pretty powerful punch. But I want to ask about, the kids that are going to be coming back next year. In my opinion, one thing that's really going to have to be sharpened is the passing, back row passing, set passing. And what I asked the coach, I'll ask you, what does it take to really, kind of improve on that and get to, because, what I always say is, as the setter goes, so goes the team, and that's not a knock on a struggling season or anything like that. But that's you can really tell who's got the really good setters and the good hitters. So, what does it take, do you think, to kind of get this team back on the right track next year?
I mean, I think half of it's really getting in the gym in the off season in the summer, putting all that work in, and I think another half of it is the mental part of it and really focusing and really wanting to be out there and wanting to do your best every single second of the game. So.
All right. Well, Sloan, it was a great effort here tonight and throughout the season, and you seniors are pretty good leaders. Do you have one of these this year, Player of the Game T-shirt?
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not for you then. I thought you played a good game tonight,
Thank you.
though, so I appreciate that, and best of luck to you and the rest of the seniors and as you close out your volleyball careers.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Sloan Waldron, the head coach, not the head coach, the leader of the Governors, one of them here as they play their final match tonight. The Govs fall again 25-15, 25-17, 25-17, and we've given you the stats. Of course, Jefferson wins it, but not without the help of big plays in the game. Big plays are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre, and we will hear from them, and we'll touch on the big plays when we come back. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre, and a lot of time big plays, as we talk about them here, come in the form of little service rallies. And I really thought that the Governors did a great job in keeping pace, certainly in sets 2 and 3, but there were still service rallies 4 and 5 long, especially 7 long, starting the second set. A good service run by A.J. Venekamp got Jefferson off to a 7-1 advantage. And even though the Governors got back within 1 at several points, they never got back to take, to tie the game or to take a lead. They did They were able to do that more in the third, but outside of leading 1-0 in that second set, I don't think Pierre had a lead all night long, and that was, that's, I think we can call that big play worthy, as Jefferson just never panicked themselves, and they were able to get another side out just to take the lead back, 5-4, 6-5, things like that, for example, in the third set. And playing with a lead might have been a little bit different if the Governors had that opportunity. So those are big plays in this game. And the 4 aces out of 7 serves in a row for A.J. Venekamp was a big part of the Jefferson effort in that second set early on as they tried to take command there. Big plays of the game from Hermanson into Duntics in Pierre. Of course, we've got players of the game to talk about. And again, we tried to give one to Sloan Waldron, but she's already got one. So we will look elsewhere and give a player of the game award. But let's first hear from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre, and Fort Pierre player of the game is next.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fall means hunting, sporting events, school activities. It means busy. Delicious, on-the-go, fresh foods from Cowboy Country Stores make life easy. Delight in the Champs Chicken Tenders Special. 6 tenders, just $8. 8 for $10 and 10 for $12. Add delicious sides and you're set. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Champs Chicken.
Cowboy Country Stores, Pierre and Fort Pierre, and I'm going to go with the obvious one still, actually, but with a pat on the back to Waldron. Marina Bushbaum, I really hope next year is a big year for her because she has an outstanding swing. Love watching the left-handers swing, and Bushbaum has that opportunity. Allie Keys is going to be back next year, and even though Waldron and company are going to be gone, in fact, Waldron, Schleckaway, Keenholz, other seniors in this one include Hadley Hart, the libero. They'll have to retool there. And I hope I didn't forget anybody. Drew Rechtenbaugh on the roster as well. But really hope that the offense can be in system consistently so that these hitters can get the shots that they deserve, because they can hit. But another good effort for Bushbaum tonight included. But tonight certainly belongs to Jefferson and especially Sienna Sabers, a 5'9" senior with 21 kills, averaging 7 per set. And I think she's an all-state caliber type player. She may very well make one of the all-state teams when this season comes to an end. She will be our player of the game. We'll get her a T-shirt noting her accomplishments as Jefferson beats the Governors in straight sets, 25, 15, 17, and 17. Quick run through the scores. Brandon Valley has just beaten Mitchell tonight 3-1. O'Gorman in 3 straight over Huron. Aberdeen sweeps Roosevelt. Harrisburg sweeps Watertown. Yankton has just beaten Brookings 3-1 as an impressive win there for the Yankton Gazelles, and along with Jefferson beating Pierre. Out west, Spearfish took game 1 at Rapid City Stevens 26-24. Stevens leads 12-10 in the second, and in the first set, Sturgis leads at home against Douglas 12-10. Volleyball is done for the Pierre Governors. All that's left is football in the fall sports season, and the Governors will play the semifinal round on Friday night, and that'll be at Huron. Tiger Stadium will be there. Sean Lewis has said he will be there as well, so he'll join me on the call of that one. We invite you to join us. 6:25 first with the pregame and with the kickoff at 7 o'clock. In the semifinals, the Governors take on the Huron Tigers, the winner, on to the Dakota Dome to take on either Yankton or Sturgis. They'll be playing Friday night as well. Governor football coming up Friday night. And again, please join us for that. Sioux Falls Jefferson, meanwhile, volleyball-wise, does have Aberdeen Central at home on Thursday. They'll play the Sodak 16 the following Thursday. State tournament starts 2 weeks from Thursday. We wish them the best of luck. And for their fans who are on their way home, or for anybody else out on the road anytime, South Dakota's Office of Highway Safety reminds us that it's text or drive. There is no and. You've got some place to be. Buckle up to every trip, every time. I want to thank William Wilson for running the show in studio, for Brian Menning running camera for Live Ticket. You can rewatch this one through the Go Govs Live YouTube feed or from drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, and your DRG News smartphone app. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, 25-15, 25-17, 25-17. Appreciate you joining us. I'm Brian Oakland. You've been listening to Governor Volleyball and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. We'll see you Friday. Have a good rest of this one, everybody.
You've been listening
Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit
DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors: Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedic, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Sensory Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Hag Services, Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Yaman Lumber, Birding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service. Thanks for listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.